Hello everybody, greeting from K Islands, Maluku Province in Indonesia. Glad to be here, and today I would like to present our work with title A Framework Design of Decision Support System Improving Decision Making in Fisheries Supply Chain for Coastal Communities. Along with my colleague Kaulinya Lisvanti Hasim, we are from Fisheries Agribusiness Study Program in Tua State Fisheries Polytechnic in Southeast Maluku Regency, Maluku Province in Indonesia. This is part of our multi-year study funded by Ministry of Research Technology and BRIN from 2019 to 2020. So this will be our final year with our intention is to able to build a decision support system in order to assist a local coastal community in dealing with their problem in disruption in supply chain, especially in fishery sector. Without further ado, I will start to presenting our paper. At first, I will start to explaining our justification in order to bring a context on why we should do and why this study is so important in order to help a local coastal community to dealing with their problem in disruption in supply chain in fishery sector. Based on our preliminary study, we have found that there are four factors that mainly related and are the causes of a disruption in supply chain, which is not only in fishery sector, but also in other related economic sector in the region, namely agriculture, tourism, trading, etc. And these four factors is like a domino effect when one factor affecting the other factor. So let me explain it to you. The first one is geographical constraint. Due to the fact that this region is consists of literally hundreds of small islands, and most of coastal communities, which is fishermen and marine farmers, are live in a remotely coastal area where it is located far from the center of capital city. From both Southeast Maluku Regency and Tual City. Uh, and this is a problem because due to the distance and the remote access to some of the village, more than half of the village, the development in infrastructure also has a wide gap between uh, Langkor City, which is the capital city of Southeast Maluku Regency, and Tual City, and the other coastal area. Therefore, the geographical constraint caused the lack of infrastructure development, such as road access, healthcare system, school, electricity, and also internet coverage as if right now. And based on our field study, we have found that based on the our in-depth interview with fishermen and marine farmers, they have told us that compared to 5 to 10 years ago, it is harder for them to catch a fish or doing a marine farmers near their village because their knowledge, they don't know that anymore because they don't know the fact that right now everything is changing due to the environment and global warming because their knowledge is based on their parents or the fellow fishermen and fellow marine farmers inside their village or nearby village. So the capability of manpower in the region is so limited. Therefore, it also trigger the inconsistency in production that disrupt a supply chain in the region. For The fourth factor is that for us is really related to uh, the disruption in supply chain in fishery sector, especially in the region, is the use of information technology. As if right now is the coverage of internet access and telecommunications access is very limited. And also, based on our field study, we have found that most of the fishermen and marine farmers in the region not really familiar with the use of computer and internet and smartphone in order to enhance their knowledge. And also, the connectivity between the coastal region and the center of a capital city is also limited, and that also caused the disruption in supply chain in fishery sector. Therefore, we have mapped the empirical condition with the use of SWOT analysis in order to uh, found a situation analysis before we propose to bring a context on our solution. The first one is the strength. It is obvious that K Islands has the one of the best, the highest marine natural resources in the world because we are located inside Coral Triangle, which means we we have high biodiversity, high marine biodiversity, and also we are also located in between two WPP or marine catching zone, which is we have very abundant fishes. So we are stuck in we have very high stock in marine natural resources, but we are dealing with some of the basic weakness that prevent us or prevent coastal communities to make fishery sector as their main economic trigger for their welfare, increasing their welfare, which is the first. It of course the lack of knowledge and lack of infrastructure, the geographical characteristic, and also the use of technology. In addition to that, we also have a huge threat, especially in illegal fishing, because as it, just right now, there are a lot of fishermen, both from a country in ASEAN and all across Asia, come here and do the illegal fishing. And also a global warming and environment have, as I have previously mentioned before. It is really happening in here. But on the bright side, the opportunity of fishery sector, it's always good because there is constant and high demand on marine and fisheries commodity. And also, as last month, especially in Southeast Maluku Regency, based on my interview with a government who in charge in information technology, starting last month, the local government already starting to build more than 10 new tower to in order to expand the internet coverage in the region. So that is an opportunity. Therefore, our objective on the study is to build a disease support system based on the internet. So coastal community can access it, can use it from all over the region. For the next part, I will explain about the methodology of the study. The study conducted from January to June 2020, right before pandemic start in our country and in the middle of pandemic. We are lucky that more than half of our data already been collecting before the pandemic really price in the country. And we are using a questionnaire to collect our data based on survey with purposes sampling that we choose a 22 village based on the degree on dependency on fisheries, which is we do a preliminary survey to identify villages that really rely on fisheries as their main uh, source for economic welfare. So we have choose a we have choose a 22 village, which is also we also use a focus group discussion in order to verify and collect some new data, and also a deep interview to verify some data too. And by doing that, we hope that we can identify a workflow either from artisanal fisheries and marine culture on the pre-production, production, post-production, distribution, delivery, and selling to customer. So we can identify the problem that need to be dealing so we can address it better in our sales support system. Next, I will be presenting the result and discussion of the study. Based on our study, from the workflow for fishermen and marine farmers, we have subtract a four factor that really stand out the most as the main causes a disruption in supply chain in fishery sector. The first one is the inconsistency in production. This is due to the lack of knowledge, especially. And the second one is low prices. What I mean is, since more than half of villages in the region is located in coastal area, and the distance between those villages to the center of capital city where the two local market is located is very quite far, and in some village it takes days to reach the city. So they've they have been forced to sell their product with a lower price due to the fear of the their product will be damaged and rotten. So that is the problem for them. And the third one is the insignificance of the profit. This is due to the lack of knowledge in how to properly do the marine farmers and do an artisanal fisheries, which is spike the production cost and delivery cost especially, which is will cost and will affect the final profit, which is not most of the time it's not even profit. They just have to have a money. They don't really think it is profit or not. They just really don't have a basic knowledge on how to manage to get a profit. It is important for them to just get the money immediately. So that is the problem. So the fourth one is the limited market. So like I said before, there are only two local market in the region, which is located for half of village in the region is very far. So we would like to address it in our sales support system. So based on the empirical problem, we propose our solution. My first is doing a spatial analysis in order to mapping a fishing ground in the K Islands water in order to make it easier for artisanal fisheries to catch a fish so they can uh, cut some of the production costs. So we do hope that it will affect the final profitability. And the second one, in our DSS, we propose and we provide for that fishermen and marine farmers will input, and we provide a form so they can calculate their production cost, the delivery cost. So they can also project the profitability. So the production and the post production, the production and the final profitability can be in line, and we do hope that we can optimize the profitability of marine farmers and fisheries. Our system object, objective is to produce an information on fishing ground and location for marine farmers. And the second one is related to managerial capability, calculating cost, calculating revenue and profit projection. And we do hope that the outcome of our system is first is to optimize the profitability of coastal community, especially related to fishery sector, which is very traditional. Artisanal fisheries and traditional seaweed farming, traditional sea cucumber farming, and fish farming. Very traditional, so we do hope that we can optimize their profitability. And also, we do hope that we can increase their knowledge and capability in terms of the use of information technology so they can upgrade themselves in order to face the rapid competition in their area from fisher and farmer from other region. And for the system that we provide, this is for we provide, we provide a special analysis, the form for cost analysis and profit analysis. So we do hope that fishermen and marine farmers can easily use it. So we will try our best to make it simpler as possible, so they can easily use it. So it will we do hope that it will be useful for them. For our conclusion, first one is the opportunity of the new tower that being built in the region, which is over the 10 new tower. So by the in the middle of next year, the internet coverage in the region will be broad. So it is an opportunity for us to build a digital support system that will suit better with the needs of coastal community, especially in fishery sector, that we do hope that can optimize the profitability of fishermen and marine farmers. And the second one, a disruption in supply chain. It, it's a problem for small island region that really decrease the opportunity of marine farmers and fishermen to provide better to their family. So we do hope that by building a digital support system, we can contribute to their life by optimizing the profitability. We also acknowledge the role of Ministry of Research Technology and BRL, back then is higher education, to fund the study. We, we really appreciate it, so we can give something to the local community in the region. That's it for now, and thank you for listening.